Good evening, everybody. I'll open up the meeting. Will the clerk call the roll, please?
Mayor Patricelli,
Present.
Councilwoman Diamond,
Present.
Councilman Dawes.
Here. All right, I'll ask everybody to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. I want to thank everybody for coming. I know we relocated from the senior center to here due to a conflict with some events that are going on at the senior center. So thank you for coming and kind of like accommodating, and thank you, Judge Torrensella, for allowing us to use your bench. All right. All right. First, what we'll do is we'll. You want to have the approval of the minutes or read the minutes of the previous meeting, and then we'll go into the recognition.
Sure.
Mayor, I'll make a motion that we dispense with the reading of the minutes of the November 17th meeting.
I'll second that motion.
Okay. And clerk call the roll.
Councilman Dawes,
In favor.
Councilwoman Diamond,
In favor?
Mayor Patricelli.
In favor. This next, let's say, part of the council meeting tonight is really to honor and recognize a longtime friend to Watervliet, Senator Neil Breslin. As long as I can remember, Senator Breslin's been here for Watervliet constantly. We've almost always had such a close, I should say, we always had a close relationship and a very, very strong camaraderie and support from Senator Breslin. And with the redistricting and the things that went on with the census, Senator Breslin will no longer be representing Watervliet. And so tonight we thought it would be nice at the end of the, let's say, this part of that coverage or representation, that we bring Senator Breslin here publicly and recognize him and thank him for everything that he's done for Watervliet. And there's almost no words that we can say to express our thanks for all your support, and hopefully maybe someday we have you back. I don't know if that's going to be possible. I think that's the next census, isn't it? So I don't know if that's going to be here. But anyway, I wanted to. So tonight what I'm going to do is ask the council to come down. We have a proclamation to read and some things to give you, Senator. So if you want to come up here, we'll.
I think I can read that.
Right there, that'd be perfect.
Also camera duty.
Barbie, you're not in camera.
Do you guys want to go over so you can see?
What I'd like to do is I'd like to read a proclamation from the city of Watervliet. Whereas Neil D. Breslin was born June 9, 1942, and is a lifelong resident of the city of Albany. And whereas Neil graduated from Fordham College and the University of Toledo College of Law, and whereas Neil was elected the New York State Senator in 1996. During his tenure, he has represented the 42nd District from 1997 to 2002, the 46th District from 2003 to 2012, and the 44th District from 2013 to 2022. And whereas Neil has always been a loyal friend and positive voice for the city of Watervliet, we are very grateful for his longtime support. Now, therefore, I, Charles V. Patricelli, Mayor of the city of Watervliet, do hereby recognize, commend, and honor Neil Breslin for his many years as an elected official here representing the city of Watervliet. I further proclaim December 8, 2022 as Neil Breslin Day in the city of Watervliet. Neil, thank you very much. This is not even close to it. Thank you. We do have a few things, Neil, that we'd like to give you tonight in remembering Watervliet. This is
Oh, wow.
That is sweet.
a nice little
Yeah.
fleece jacket for you. All right?
Yep.
I hope that'll fit. If it doesn't, I'll take it. This is another little token. It's an ornament from our city tree lighting just a couple weeks ago. All right? And I'm going to have Barbara give you this one here.
Oh, well, here, we might have to, can we move to this table over here? Not really anything, but it might be easier to just put it on the table and you can pull it out of the bag here, so. I'll step over this way.
in your way.
No,
Very good.
This way, right?
Hold on, sorry. Oh, I got well, anyway,
Oh, wow.
well, there you go.
Beautiful.
Once you get out the plastic, and you can read the inscription. It's from your friends in Watervliet.
It says, Neil D. Breslin, thank you for the support, friendship, and support from all my friends in Watervliet
Yes.
who are here.
Well,
Thank you.
thank you so much. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Did you see it, Chris?
Yes.
You
Can
did?
I say a couple words before?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Let me read through.
Thank you all very much. And I first heard that it was being switched to the courtroom from the Senior Citizens Center. I just assumed it was for the overflow crowd. And, you know, it's just been so wonderful for me that I represent people who I love, who I've known forever, who've always been good to me, and by family. And if I start going the Diamonds and the Dawes and everything, I'll leave people out. But rest assured, from the beginning, and it's many, many years ago, when in fact Jim Cowell was my law partner, who asked me to, when he was going to retire, to be corporation counsel, and I'm a flip young lawyer, and I said, no, I was wrong. I said, well, that doesn't mean I have to go to Watervliet, does it? And I told him I was only kidding. And lo and behold, my brother Tommy was doing criminal work all the time, and he was able to take that job, and he did nicely with it. And the only one story that I was the only time I've ever been asked to speak at a high school graduation. Jack Weaver, my friend, in his last year asked me to be graduation speaker. And I get up, and I always try to be like I just was, tell a little funny story. But I should smile when I do, because I said, good evening, and I'm just so happy to be here with all of my friends from Watervliet. And they all went, what? I said, I'm only kidding, it's okay, it's okay. But really, the people in Watervliet, your current mayor, your past mayor, we'll get back to Leo, to Charlie and Jovina worked for me for so many years. I think probably the corner is the only one I don't like in the whole city. And it's just a wonderful place to be. It's my version of what Cheers is. Everybody gets along, we go to the same parties, they talk and it's just a wonderful sense when I come to Watervliet. I'm never nervous. I always think it's something I should look forward to. It's a party time. And so thank you. You don't know what this means to me. And because remember, it's not my money. And my wife keeps telling me that. Don't be one of these ones with a big check and put the sender's name as the payee. It's not your money. But it goes for a good cause. And Watervliet, the money is always used wisely. And it's always used for the good of everybody, the people in need particularly. And it's just, I've been so blessed to have Watervliet for the first 25 years. I hope within the next 25 I get back here. So, but I look forward to going to any parties there are here. I look forward to seeing everybody, and again, thank you. That's the end of the speech.
All right, we'll continue on with the meeting, and I'll ask the general manager to do a report of officers and committees.
Okay, just a couple of small items here that I have here. Today I made an offer to a code enforcement official. I'll know tomorrow if that offer is accepted, and then Mayor, of course, you'll meet with him. So we're moving forward with code enforcement, and the guy comes with experience, both in the construction field and as a certified code enforcer. So that really helps us move immediately into getting him out on the streets and helping our department. We have a project manager interview tomorrow at 2 o'clock, and we're gonna follow up with another interview with another person on Monday. So I hope to solidify that and tell you next Thursday at our council meeting that we've hired a project manager as well. Both have vast experience and actually have looked at some project files for the city of Watervliet. So again, I'm excited with that position as well. Our housing grant, CDBG, most of the applicants who needed items, in fact, all of the items as of today, those who needed items to be paid or brought up to speed to have their grant applications fully able to be reviewed have been notified. Some have been rectified. We're waiting on 4 more, and we'll gather the CAC, the council, or the advisory committee sometime next week to finalize those projects, and award letters will then go out shortly thereafter. The boiler up at the filtration plant has been taken away, the old one, and the new one is currently installed. Unfortunately, through the process of looking at that, one of the exhaust system, the chimney, the clay tile inside have failed, and the access point for the gases to go out and then up and out was all blocked. So we have to do an emergency bid for that, which we've done. We'll bring that to you on Thursday. That cost, as I spoke to Amanda, will be about an extra $30,000, but it's well under what we budgeted for the cost of the entire system. So we'll bring that to you next Thursday.
What was the boiler, Joe?
What
How
was
much
it?
was the boiler?
42,300, which I think was about $6,000 or $7,000 cheaper for the one than City Hall. So same number of fins, just a smaller compactor unit. So lastly,
And who's the contractor again?
the one up there is Bob Kipper. It's Kipper Heating and Cooling. And then lastly, the windows. We're scheduling the remaining windows to be installed the week of the 19th. And that following week, the Christmas week, between Christmas and New Year's, they plan to be in to stain all the wood and the frames and do the final installation of any trim work. And they believe that with most of the people, some of the people being out over the holiday, that's the best week to stain and polyurethane the window trim. So that'll happen that week between Christmas and New Year's. And they were in today to take all the stickers off the windows as scheduled, and we're slowly wrapping that project up.
They look great.
Yeah.
They look beautiful.
Yeah, slowly getting here.
Yeah, I don't say unfortunately, but if you're kind of like not too much of a person who's looking for the high fashion stuff, I looked up at the soffits and I'm going, wow, they look really great. Now, there's not much to look at a soffit and say get excited about, but boy, when you knew what they were looked like before,
It looks beautiful.
and then you're looking at them now, they they look.
Yeah.
I mean, they look it. I'm sure that there's a lot more behind it, but
Yeah.
at least they're not falling down.
Well, I think what you missed from the overall project was, if you had the opportunity to be up on the lift like I have, and I think you were too, Mayor, at one point, you get to see the working of the Philadelphia gutter and how the copper is now in there, how it's all flashed. And that was 100 years, right, ago, how they did it. And the drains that come in through the building and then down and out. That was another thing we had to do over the years. The main drain, which was much to my surprise, I was always wondering why the roofs were backing up so much. The main drain actually on significant storm events, and Dave, you can attest to this, we go out and we sweep the water off of the roof. Well, there was actually a foot of soot and debris before the house trap, which is in the basement over here by the police department. During Thanksgiving, that Friday we were in here and we were jetting that out. It took about 2 hours to jet that and blow that out into our street drains. And now it's free and clear. And the significant storm event that we had last week, there was no backup on the drains or up on the roof systems. So we didn't have to get out there and sweep them. So that was a cause and effect. And now we don't have to worry about that, at least for another 100 years.
At least 27.
That's right.
At least what, 27? That's for you? Okay, well, that's good. That's something to look forward to.
And then, I guess just one other thing, lastly, the hydrant that was broken due to an accident, and Dave, I think we filed a claim against that accident, was actually repaired last week, and we have free flow and everything is working from that one as well. So that hydrant right along the Arsenal wall by the 900 block of Broadway.
Okay.
So that was repaired.
I saw the two white posts on either side of the hydrant. They will stay there,
Yes.
just in the
Yeah.
event somebody.
Yeah, we added the bollards for protection. We figured if it got hit once, there's a strong possibility in the next 17 years that it could be
27.
27
Yeah.
years. It could potentially be hit again,
Yeah.
so the bollards actually protects it.
Right, no, that's a
Yeah.
good idea.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll go into old business.
Your Honor, there is no old business on this evening's agenda.
All right, will we move into new business then?
The first order of new business this evening is a public hearing, and it's on the adoption of the 2023 City Watervliet annual budget.
Okay. We have budgets that were presented to us by Amanda. There is nobody from the public to come tonight to voice any comments on the budget. But Amanda, do you want to give we know that it's a zero increase budget. So
It's a zero increase budget. We are raising $5,578,793 rounded of tax revenue. And that equates to $14.22.96 per $1,000 of assessed value. 14.2296.
and that's on here.
Yes.
It's in the resolution.
Yeah.
That's in
Yes.
the resolution. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so officially, we'll open up the public hearing, and if there's anybody who would like to speak for or against the adoption of the annual budget, please do so. And again, as I mentioned, there's nobody here tonight, so other than that, we'll close in the public hearing. All right? All right, then we'll move into the public hearing on local law number 6, chapter 127. You want to
Oh, do we need to talk about that? I'm sorry.
Just-
Did you want to?
Just to mention it, and we'll
So
go
as we discussed last time, this is a local law to update the city's code provisions regarding the Uniform Fire Prevention and Building Code and the State Energy Conservation Construction Code. Once this local law is adopted, it will be consistent with the vast majority of all city codes and town codes, village codes throughout the state of New York. The purpose here is to make this uniform with other municipalities, and it is based upon a local law, model local law prepared by the Department of State. And it does certainly make some changes, but I think most importantly, it makes it very clear to members of the public what is expected when they come to the city of Watervliet.
This will make it even easier for other code enforcement agencies, or people come, like Joe made the offer, they don't have to know the nuances of anything different between one code versus the other. And that's our energy improvements part of the show. We hope everybody liked it.
There we go.
There we go. All
That is-
motion.
That is correct, Mayor.
All right, well, thank you. All right, so we'll open up the public hearing. Again, there is nobody from the public here tonight voicing any questions or concerns about the change in the local law. So therefore, what we'll do is end up closing it, the public hearing. All right? We'll go into ordinance number 7 for 2022.
Your Honor, ordinance number 7 for 2022 is an ordinance adopting the annual estimate and fixing the rate to be employed in computing the amount to be collected for city taxes for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2023.
I'll make a motion that we adopt the ordinance.
Okay?
I will second it.
All right.
I don't think there's any more to mention. I think Amanda did a great job on introducing the public hearing, so that's the same items.
And I do want to congratulate the city staff, the council, and anyone else who's worked on this budget, even throughout the year, in keeping as much as we possibly could, as much the controls and the expenses and whatever we could do to raise the revenue portion of what we were doing here. But to be able to have a budget, and especially a 0% budget, come along, it's going to make it even, might make it difficult even for this coming year. But we'll work our way through it, and we'll do the best we can on it. And I think it's a very, let's say, high goal that we've been able to accomplish, especially with keeping the reserves. And none of this money that we have came from ARPA, correct? Correct, so that we weren't paying, there's nothing that's padding the budget, there's nothing, this is strictly an in-house budget that's really been, with the general fund. So, I'd like to say thank you and congratulations to everyone here, including Joe for it.
You're welcome.
You're welcome too. Okay, all right, we'll call the roll.
Councilman Dawes,
In favor.
Councilwoman Diamond,
In favor?
Mayor Patrichelli.
In favor.
Ordinance number 8 for 2022 is an ordinance of the City of Watervliet, New York, amending Section 260-30, subsection C, sign locations of the Code of the City of Watervliet.
Mayor, I'll make a motion that we move on ordinance number 8 for 2022.
I'll second that motion.
This is for a request for no parking for handicap parking. Actually, this was for the removal, I apologize, of it for 152760 6th Avenue in Watervliet. It's for the, actually, this was to add it, I believe, to this location.
6th Avenue?
Yeah, this is 6th Avenue.
One was
So I need to
being added.
correct this. I know this is both for adding to, and it says it down in section 1, add the following location. So 1527 6th Avenue will be added a handicap parking sticker,
Okay.
your sign.
There was another one that you were talking about that needed to be removed. Did you finalize that one?
Yeah, so I was talking to DPW and he said that was removed and we did that back in July or August.
Right.
And I have not even looked to see it, but
Okay.
being that he said it was already taken care of, I just got to
Yeah,
solidify it.
I thought it was,
Yeah.
yep. Okay, all right, good. All right, I'll call the roll.
Councilman Dawes,
In favor.
Councilwoman Diamond,
In favor?
Mayor Patrichelli.
In favor.
Ordinance number 9 for 2022 is an ordinance of the City of Watervliet, New York, amending Section 260-56, time limit parking of the Code of the City of Watervliet.
I'll make a motion on ordinance 9 for 2022.
I will second it.
This was a request by the daycare center that came into the former Our Lady of Mount Carmel, where the nuns used to live, right next to the school, at 310 23rd Street. She was asking for permitted parking for Monday through Friday for 15-minute intervals for someone to drop off or pick up their child from this location.
Okay. All right.
So right now it's just unlimited and somebody can go park there for the day if they want to?
Right.
Correct, yes.
And there's not a lot of parking in that area.
Right.
So it makes it difficult for people to drop off their kids, and if there's a car or two there, because then they have to, run in, like I said, over that. All right. And Joe, one more thing, being that was the former convent, how many hours did you spend kneeling down in that altar?
No hours at all there, Mayor. I was...
Oh, then I got you beat. Then I got you beat. Really? Really? Okay. If there's nothing else, call the roll, please.
Councilman Dawes,
In favor.
Councilwoman Diamond,
In favor?
Mayor Patrichelli.
In favor.
Local law number 6 for 2022 is a local law to amend Chapter 127 of the Code of the City of Watervliet.
Mayor, I'll make a motion that we move on local law number 6 for 2022.
I'll second that motion.
Brian made a great introduction during the public hearing, but what I should have mentioned too was we pulled together, we had a meeting, if I haven't mentioned it to us at this meeting before, we pulled together the City of Troy, City of Albany, City of Cohoes, the directors of the building departments and the code enforcement, and Paul Lavassier and I. We met with all 4 municipalities, and we're trying to do exactly what we did here, make our codes uniform, throughout the area, but more importantly, all the areas that abut our municipality. We're looking to adopt codes that we're all going to be working the same. So one of the other things we talked about is, for example, the city of Albany has 26 code enforcement people in their department, and at times they have lull periods. Well, at those times, we were looking at, they would be willing to, through the shared services agreements, is try to work with all these other municipalities. If we're working off the same checklists, if we're walking off the same items, they can come in and assist us if we're behind on RUCs or ROPs, and we could do the same thing at the City of Watervliet or City of Troy. So that's one of the other things that will be the outcome of adopting a law like this. It'll be uniform across the way. So.
Good. All right. There are no other questions. Call the roll, please.
Councilman Dawes,
Favor.
Councilwoman Diamond,
Favor?
Mayor Patricelli.
In favor.
Resolution number 78 for 2022. This is a resolution approving an agreement for services between the City of Watervliet and the Mohawk and Hudson River Humane Society for calendar year 2023, and authorizing and directing Mayor Charles Patricelli to execute same.
I'll make a motion on resolution 78.
And I will second it.
Yeah, so this agreement is similar to what we had last year. We are on a per item, per dog occurrence. I know the rates going up a little bit. Boarding fees are $51.52 and cats are $36. And then it identifies veterinary care and so on as we go down. So this is an annualized contract that we deal with Mohawk Humane Society, and it's before you to adopt.
Some of the local, like some of the municipalities around here, I know Cohoes, for instance, are no longer able to bring their cats, dogs, whatever, to the Humane Society. I don't think that agreement, the Humane Society wouldn't approve the agreement or something like that. Do you have any idea what they're going to be doing at this point? I'm just wondering if we...
So yes, the Humane Society discontinued several contracts, local municipalities. Quite honestly, it's up in the air as to what those municipalities will be doing. There is some investigation regarding the options, but the options are limited.
Okay.
Interesting.
Just curious.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. There's no other questions. Call the roll, please.
Councilman Dawes,
Favor.
Councilwoman Diamond,
In favor?
Mayor Patricelli.
In favor.
Resolution number 79 for 2022 is a resolution approving change order number 2 for the concrete pad for the City Hall boiler system and authorizing Charles V. Patricelli to execute all required documents regarding same.
Mayor, I'll make a motion that we move on resolution number 79 for 2022.
I'll second the motion.
So this here is, you'll remember that when we did the new system for the boiler system for the heating for the City Hall, we actually poured a concrete slab, one to raise the height of the pad because of the profile of the boiler, but then also we did a pad surrounding that which had a trench drain. So with the blow off from the steam system, it would go into the trench and then into the sump pump, and then that would be brought outside. Unfortunately, during the time of that, the wall that is the exterior of this building that goes to the alleyway, and the way the concrete, that, boy, I tell you, energy efficiency is working well.
It shows we're not doing much, or at least in the walking.
You stay over there, Dick.
Every so many minutes.
But anyway, through the course of that work, we actually chipped off a piece of the skim coating on the wall, which actually opened up a crack in the seam, which was covered by some parging that was done. But that water was a vein going to the outside, and continual water came into the City Hall's basement at that time. So fortunately, we had the trench drain, which was taken into the sump pump, but a lot of water was collecting, one from coming up because we're near a canal system, and then the other which was coming through the wall. So this parging was an injection of foam and concrete to seal that void with it. So that's what this extra last minute change order was.
We saw that. Didn't we, Chris?
Yeah,
We
that's
went
what
down
we-
to the
Yeah.
basement, it was terrible.
That was before we injected it.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah, it was not in good shape.
So I think we did a yeoman's effort down there to keep that working.
Yeah, okay. All right. There are other questions? Call the roll, please.
Councilman Dawes,
In favor?
Councilwoman Diamond,
Favor?
Mayor Patrichelli.
In favor.
Resolution number 80 for 2022.
No, I'm sorry, Dave, we pulled that one there. I meant to, 80 got pulled. We did that back in October, my error.
Okay. Your Honor, that concludes the new business for this evening's agenda.
Okay. Thank you. Before, we can go into appropriations and accounting, and I believe you've handled that?
I think we're set with that.
Okay,
Thank you,
so-
Mr. Mayor.
We're all set for that right now. Just a few items that I wanted to mention. I know, I'm not sure time-wise or timeframes, dates and times are getting mixed up, but we had a great tree lighting ceremony. It was packed, it was nice, it was very well attended, and I think everybody seemed to enjoy themselves, and thank everybody that helped. And appreciate that and the support there. We have been inundated with other people making, offering help, in this, this season. But I think it's just indicative of all the people that are looking to get involved. I mean, Dave Busclair did the turkeys, offered to come up, just called up out of the blue and asked, to donate 100 turkeys. And, these are little things that has really been taken off here, and I appreciate that. I met with the people from the scoreboard company installing the scoreboards at the Dome. We're hoping to do it on this week, but because they had a problem with getting the right lift, we're going to work on it next Wednesday. So by next Wednesday, we should have the 3 scoreboards installed at the Dome. And I don't know if there was any. Oh, the Harkerns tree. Yes, the Harkerns. Was very unique that we would have somebody in the city that would have a tree, and a beautiful tree, donated that we'd be able to use as a Christmas tree, which is now up on the portico of City Hall. That was decorated, and they came down and lit the tree the other night, and I think it looks great. So
We extended long leaf pickup one more week too, right?
we extended that's tomorrow. That'd be the last pickup for the year, correct, Joe?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's done. The other thing that we did too was, and I've been, trying to keep up with some of the stuff too, but we've arranged, VFW, has kind of terminated their license or certification or whatever down there, and they wanted to move the monument from in front of VFW, and they wanted a place in the city. We offered them the Veterans Memorial Park. Just recently, we had a footing installed. Again, someone donated the time to dig it out and then pour the concrete. So the footing's ready, and then somebody will be moving that stone from VFW there at their convenience, so to speak. So and we're hoping to have that be part of a dedication ceremony when we do the Memorial Day parade. So we'll kind of have that. Well, that'll be all set by then.
Concrete have to cure, right?
Well, it only takes a day. It was cures for 28 days, but it would be good enough to put it there now if they needed to. So, Joe, was there anything else?
No?
Can I just mention that I went by the filter plant on 155 the other day, and somebody put some little ornaments on the tree out in front, and it looks
Charlie
really,
Brownish, isn't it?
really nice.
Yeah.
I was going to email, I'll do that tomorrow, Dave and Dan and the group, but I just wanted to say that it looks really good.
If you went by, actually, I noticed it this morning when I went by too, checking on the boiler. The valve that we took out a couple of weeks back is now sitting by the entryway. And you should see the size of this valve that was in the ground. This is the one that we repaired right behind.
Behind it
was a big 24-inch valve. That's going to be a new Watervliet filtration plant sign that we're going to make. Dave and I are kind of talking through. We have excess granite and everything from projects that we've done that's been stored there. So we're going to take those and make an arching area, spray paint, clean off and spray paint that, or paint that valve a color that it won't rust any further, and we'll put a sign that says Watervliet Filtration Department, or Watervliet the Sewer Department. So go and take a look at it, it's pretty cool.
And I wanted the plow in front of DPW.
I'm working on that. There's one that I've located out in Charlton, and I'm talking to the DPW. It's a V plow, which we
Yeah.
don't have here, but it might be something that might
Yeah.
work. But right now, with the Charlton DPW has it in their wings,
Cool.
if they can sell it to us.
Keep it out there. They might need it.
And one other event that was held that was very nice was the Tommy McCormick Memorial
Yes.
Day on December 1st. So that was done, and that was very nicely done, so. And then tomorrow, we have the swearing in of 2 new sergeants at 3 o'clock at the senior center. So anybody else would want to attend that, but I'm sure that would be nice as well. Okay. All right. And now we'll go into the public comment.
At this time, the mayor and the council have authorized a public comment period. If you wish to address the council, we ask you to please step forward, state your name and address for the record, and you'll have 2 minutes with which to speak.
Okay. All right, we'll open up the public comment period now. There, again, as we mentioned, there's nobody from the general public here to speak tonight or offer any comments. So then what we'll do is we'll close the public comment period. Okay. All right, then we'll ask for a motion to adjourn into executive session for the purpose of a personnel matter. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we adjourn to executive session for your personal matter.
Second?
Call the roll.
Councilman Dawes,
Favor?
Councilwoman Diamond,
Favor?
Mayor Patricelli.
In favor.